use Fridays to pick up trash, but on some of that downtime on Fridays, they've been there doing a little work here and there when they can.
Okay.
Yeah. Have you been there since the concrete barriers were put up?
We're going to go, I think we're going to go this week.
Okay.
But no, I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
So.
Well, like I said, the main thing was they put the concrete barriers up so that the four-wheelers and stuff couldn't get on it.
Right.
And then, like I said, some of the deeper holes and stuff, I was told today, they filled and they've been doing a little work while it's still dry.
You mean from the four-whelers that have been going on there?
I'm assuming.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's, so right now it's called Piney Hollow Preservation Area.
Yeah.
So, it's going to stay in that, with that designation then? It's a preservation area?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can't change it.
Yeah.
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
all right. Okay.
How about,
Go ahead.
Anjek, is that something?
Oh, yeah, did we pay Anjek dues this past year for us?
I thought we did way back when, in January.
Did they?
I think you approved it I believe you guys approved it in the January meeting.
Yes, we
But
did.
did the township committee actually pay it?
I'll ask for you.
Thank you.
Yep.
Because we have to have all this information for the year-end report.
I mean, would they cut off the emails if you were no longer subscribed? Because I still
Well,
get the emails. all
I'm a
the-
personal.
They might still
So-
send them for quite a while.
All right, I'll find out and I'll let you know.
Thank you.
This is the floor
Is that
plan.
it?
That's all for Mark.
For Mark?
They're just general
Well,
questions.
You're gonna have to appoint new people for, appoint people for, 2025. My seat, well, no, I think my term expires anyway, and I think yours does too.
Yes, it does, yeah.
So,
So does Bill's.
what?
Bill?
Bill is a one-year appointment.
And then, yes, Bill, right. And so,
Am I the only member?
you will.
Yeah, you'll be the only one, you and Jason.
I'm not up, mine's not up.
You're not.
I don't think so.
No, I think it's just.
You and me, Jason?
You gonna be at committee tomorrow night?
What's up?
You gonna be at the township committee tomorrow night?
Am I going to be on it? Yeah, it's up 4 years.
No. Are you gonna be at the meeting tomorrow night?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, Evan can write a letter.
I had a question about tomorrow's meeting, but I'll contact you tomorrow about it.
Yeah, it's definitely.
No, I didn't know.
It's existing condition.
Oh, okay.
I'll follow up with you.
Demolition plan.
Assuming that.
And then remove some of the.
Well, if you want people to be on the board, they should write the township. That's how we select people is off letter.
Okay, so we're going
Okay, now
from,
you do.
Well, I won't necessarily 100% be selected, but that's how we go through the selection process.
That's not been the case though, in every, or every appointment.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
we're removing the paper.
it's a perfectly fine way to do it. It just.
Well, I'll ask.
That's not always.
I'll ask and see if that's, to my understanding, I wasn't involved in the selection process last
Yeah.
time, but to my knowledge, that's the way that's supposed to work. But I'll ask and see if they're doing something different or not.
It would just be nice if
Where's the
alternates of
existing
these
one?
What was this?
would actually show up,
This is the grading plan.
and members for that matter.
You know, Mark, there are, a couple people, I don't even know what they look like, who are members of this, environmental commission. I've never
years.
seen them for all
For
the
a couple
years that I've
years.
been here.
Anything on lighting, that's what I was kind of.
All right.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see if.
You
there's
sure you don't wanna stay, Mark?
something
You sure, are you positive you wanna leave?
No,
Yeah, I have to
Yeah.
go. I was planning to stay through some of it, but we got delayed 35 minutes.
Well, thank you so very much for
Yeah.
getting the plans for us. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Have a good night, everybody.
All right, buddy,
talk to you soon.
Reach out, okay?
Thank you.
Thanks, Mark.
Okay, here we go. This is landscape, there's absolutely
I
no
believe so,
landscape
yeah.
buffering this neighbor.
We were discussing
Yeah.
that.
This is
We can
this.
call the meeting
Okay,
to
so
order.
that's why they didn't mention it.
Very good.
You got all of this space.
Yeah.
Well,
And
I'm
here's
gonna call
the
the
guy's
meeting
house.
to order officially. It is 8:06.
And our first order of business would be the minutes from October. I don't know if you want to look through them. I didn't ever got a chance to send them out yet. You weren't here.
You got, it's 50 feet to do something.
We're recording, right, Candace? Okay. So we can come back to those if you want to look at them.
No, they're very short. so-
Okay.
They could make this long in
The
an
only thing is, I
hour
just see that we have to just correct,
and give
is
the
that just
guy
this says
more.
the next environmental
You can't
commission
put
meeting
trees within
is
10 feet of it.
Monday, the 26th of September. We
There's
just have
no
to,
reason.
yeah.
This
So that's
couldn't be
the only thing that I see.
shade, so there could be trees
Everything
in
else,
bush.
to me, is, looks fine. That's the recollection I had from last time, so.
I don't mean to interrupt you, Evan. I just had a real quick question. I see here, there was a letter from Copart,
And it does.
about a delineation.
Landscape
It should
plan.
show
What
his-
property are they
show his
working on?
septic,
They-
too.
What are they looking at? Just curiosity. Do you remember? No, don't worry about it. No, we can, I can,
I
it
would
was just a
assume
general
that
question. We
his
can,
well is probably.
I'll follow up with you after the meeting. Don't worry about it, yeah.
I think it was on Delphi Drive. I just don't remember it all.
On Delphi, okay.
I might have been-
Okay. Could be.
So I know somebody told me that, there's across from Winzingers, there's a parcel there, Shea Avenue. There's a little
Yeah.
paper street or something there, and I believe Copart had maybe purchased a large
Yeah,
parcel there from
that
the
might-
township.
that might be-
Is that I was just curious if that was the property or not.
I think you're right.
Would they apply for wetlands or something?
Yeah, it sounds like it, based on what I'm reading here, yeah.
I didn't write that
Yeah.
down.
Well, that's all right, well, follow
Okay.
with Candace.
I'm pretty sure you're right, though. Barbara, isn't that the Shea property?
Yeah,
That- It was a mail about the wetland delineation
yeah,
last time?
I
Yeah.
think so.
And that was the parcel that the township sold, right?
Yeah, they sold it
It was
to
township.
Right, gotcha,
at the last land sale.
yeah.
It has issues because it doesn't actually have a very clear access that isn't wetlands.
Right.
But,
Well, I guess they'll delineate it and figure out what they got there. Yeah.
Are they doing a land sale this year, Jason?
I have no idea.
doing a what?
A land sale, they usually do
Oh, the
one
land sale.
this time of year, I haven't heard of it.
Yes.
I haven't heard anything, but that's not to say that they're not having one. But,
You know, they'd have to have it at a meeting and advertise it.
yeah, not that I'm aware of unless I missed it. I don't really know if the township has much land left to sell.
Oh, it does.
Do they?
It has quite a lot.
It's
Yeah.
a side shield.
Of course, most of
For the
it's
lighting.
wet.
Wow, yeah, I mean, I should rephrase that. Any land's actually good for anything, development-wise.
No, it doesn't.
Shield of it, or they
That's why
totally,
people,
you
that's
know,
why people
shielded.
defaulted on the taxes,
A lot
because,
of
Right,
times,
right.
so the light, a lot of times,
but there are a lot of pieces.
the reflector or the lens.
Allow it.
Our guests today are
Yeah.
Barbara Halpern
It allows
and
it.
Roger Durr.
This is what they're claiming,
And,
the lighting will reach out.
they're just, we're looking at the plans, so I'll just let them know later, but they can come up if they want, anytime they want to say anything. Let's see, emergency management at hazardous waste sites, there was, nothing to report this
Here you
month.
go, look, read that.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And I guess moving on, we'll just do our zoning and planning board. We have two applications today. We have PB 2405, which is a place called New Fitness Center on Delsey Drive. And, yeah, I don't know if anybody has anything they want to say about
Well,
that just yet. I
if
know,
you go and look at the plans, you see that there's no buffer
yeah.
and there's no lighting, there's no,
Well, we're looking at the lighting now.
are you?
Yeah.
Okay,
The problem is they have room for a buffer of at least 50 feet
yeah.
to the driving areas, which is important. And the house is right across from this driving area. Where the septic is going to be placed 10 feet from the property line. There's no indication of where the neighbor's well is. And at a 20 scale, it easily could be too close to the neighbor's well. On top of that, they could narrow the septic down instead of making it as wide as it is and give this guy a buffer, because 10 feet means you can't plant anything within 10 feet of the septic bed. So the septic should be narrowed and lengthened so that you could at least put some kind of buffer all along this guy's backyard.
Well, frankly, looking at the plan, I mean, I don't know, you know, if this is just some sort of preliminary layout, but
No.
there's much better areas, and I'm looking here, not trying to redesign this plan, but you could put the septic up in the front. You know, at the corner, you could put it on the, I guess, the northern side, to your point, and, you know, leave yourself a lot more room in the rear for buffering.
Yeah, I mean, the buffer's inadequate, the noise factor from the building, you know, from the HVAC system is gonna be a problem for this guy. And you know they're gonna put it on the back of the building, or the side of the building, or the roof of the building, and it's going to echo into this guy's world. Day and night. Yeah, this doesn't think of this guy at all, the guy
How
next
about
door.
the, like impervious area and flooding?
Well, they've taken out some of the impervious area that was at the corner of Woodland and Delsey to make up for the larger parking area, but adding on to it. So they're claiming there's no real change that equals needing stormwater, so they're not doing stormwater. You know, not knowing, you know, you got a 6,000 square foot building too, but they're claiming the increase isn't enough to trigger it.
Yeah, like I said, when I looked at the old aerials, when you calculate in the old building that used to be there,
Well, you
Plus-
can't count the old building, it's been gone for more than 5 years.
well, even if you did count it though, I mean, it was previously impervious cover. It didn't look like there was gonna be a very large increase.
Yeah, I mean,
But again, those calculations, I'm assuming, are provided on that sheet.
yeah,
somewhere.
you can only look at the impervious cover that's been there for 5 years, the last 5 years. If that building's been gone for more than 10 years, which I believe it is, and that area was filled in and is vegetated, it no longer counts as impervious surface. So the question becomes, you know, I can't really argue with the engineer. He's claiming there's no difference that triggers it. You know, barring spending a lot of time trying to figure it out myself, and I'm not gonna do that. You have to take his word for it.
I think isn't it just weeds coming up between the pavers or something? It's not actually vegetated.
Well, where the building is going might be
Well,
vegetated.
that's possible.
You know, the other part, yeah, they're taking away some that, you know,
And does that have to do with why they cited the septic system where they did? Because it's kind of broken up, but there is a fair amount of paving, old paving in the front.
okay, I think also they cited it there so they don't hit the old septic system, which I think was located somewhere in this area. Because if they hit the old system, they have to test the soil, and they can't, they would, in order to, they would have to remove it. It would have to be tested and have to be taken to an appropriate facility. And where is the old well? Nobody's indicating that.
True.
Yeah, we need to, you know, make sure the old well is properly abandoned, because it's not even shown. Where's the neighbor's well? Make sure he's protected his well and septic, because we don't know about the minimum distances if they don't show it. There's no wetlands. I think the buffer is one of the biggest problems as well.
The lighting looked okay?
I couldn't tell. What do you think? Roger's more of a light expert. I'm not expert on that.
What are the hours of these places? They're open a lot, right?
Well, I assume it would be early. People like to work out before work.
Uh-huh.
They like to work out after work. So it's probably a long day of
Okay.
operation. And it's probably 7 days a week.
Right.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, this guy's
I
got a
think the
big...
existing bunker place, it was, I don't know now, different owners, but, you know, I think they open like at 7, and
Yeah.
it goes at least until 8 in the evening.
Right.
Maybe, I don't know.
Temporary construction entrance. Yeah, I mean, this does not fairly give this guy a buffer.
So I should write that in my comment sheet.
Yeah, because the buffer protects him from environmental issues, noise, air pollution.
And the wells should be mentioned,
Okay.
Yeah, where's the
and
well?
the septic location.
Wells and septic locations, yeah. Next door. And where's the well that would serve the bar that used to be here?
And what was the thing about the wells?
We don't know where the neighbor's well is, and we don't know where the existing well is or was from the bar that was here.
Oh, okay.
And we should know that. And, yeah, the septic, I'm pretty sure was up in this area,
For the
but
neighbor.
it might have been, oh, yeah, the well and septic for the neighbor. You're right, huh?
And the septic on this site was where, did you think it was?
I believe the old septic was up in the front more, but it could have been over here, I don't know. It's been more than 20 years since they were forced to put one in. This place had a history of overflowing and running down the street on Friday and Saturday nights.
Oh,
Yeah, and the health department got called out, but they would send this guy out on Tuesday, and he wouldn't see shit, okay? So I said to my boss, I don't live that far, authorize me to go when the bar is hopping. So I showed up between 11 and 12, and it was running down the street like the people who lived around there said. And I cited the guy, and we, took him to court and made him put a new system in.
a new septic system.
Yeah. Because it was a horrible public health nightmare. Sewage.
So those records should be readily available then, I would assume.
Yeah, where the septic was, yeah. The county would have those. I don't know what size that septic was. I mean, they're proposing a whole new one for some reason. And they're not showing the old one.
So should we make a comment suggesting what about the septic, that it be,
Well, just that the old well and septic were properly abandoned.
Yeah, hopefully they would make sure of that. And, I think we need to make a comment about that the septic location could be modified to provide a buffer for the shape of it, but I would just say location. Make it simpler.
Okay.
To provide a buffer to the neighbor, and that he's inadequately buffered, and basically there's none. You get a few things along one edge of the access, that's it. Then he's left hanging. It's terrible, because the actual buffer for this would be 100 feet underground, and there's no way, he's not getting anything. So they could give him 50 in, the beginning of the property, and then where the septic is, which is his backyard, that would give him the front yard and his house. And in the backyard, by redesigning the septic, they could at least give him something, maybe 10 foot of trees and bushes, something. Who the hell wants this next to them when they have to look at it and hear it?
Okay.
Good luck. Is this
All
the
right,
only
so-
one?
Well, then there's also the zoning board one, the 151 Butch's Lane one, the addition.
Is that this one?
Let me see.
Yeah, this is Butch's Lane.
They want to add a
Rubber band.
single-story, 1,300 square foot addition with a full basement. It says the addition is 5 foot closer than setback. So when they want to add an addition, so there's already a house there, I'm guessing. They just want to.
Yeah, here's a picture of the house that's there.
Oh, okay, perfect, okay.
It looks like a regular rancher or a bi-level.
Is there drawings there that illustrate where they wanted
Yeah,
to do this?
I believe that's coming next. Yeah, there's a couple of pictures of the house with some cute little dogs behind the fence. This is the site plan. Let's open it and see what we got.
it was a side setback, right?
It's weird, the engineer called it out as a front yard setback, but I don't know
Oh.
how he determines what the front yard is, because this lot
Okay,
is,
this is a
in the middle of-
survey, so I don't,
yeah.
this seems a little inadequate, like something else. It just
Yeah,
says
it's just a,
survey.
yeah.
I thought the addition though was encroaching on the side setback.
Well, it kinda, I don't know, I never saw a drawing of where they're putting these.
Yeah, you're right, this is only a survey.
Well, the engineer's review letter references a drawing of where the addition goes, but I
But you don't have
think
it.
we have the drawing.
Okay. Well, usually the engineer gives a list of what they got to review, right?
Right, and that's what I'm telling you, that's in the list, but
But
We don't
that
know where it
wasn't
is.
given to the environmental commission, which makes no sense. Addition is 5 feet closer to the setback than allowed, add a single story. It's a big addition, it's 1,300 square feet. It's bigger than my house. With full basement.
That 1,300 square feet, does that include the basement and the first floor level? Is that,
You
or is
don't
that?
usually count the basement.
yeah,
Okay.
you don't typically
Yeah.
count it, but
So they're just a giant 1,300 square foot?
looks like, I mean, the house that's there now looks like it might be around 1,300 or less feet.
It
so
must be
they're gonna
going
double.
towards the road because you got a lot of distance the other directions. So they must be going this way. I guess that's the road, it says driveway.
Or maybe they're just going to the right, and because they're already deficient on the frontage, they're asking for that variance. It's kind of
Well,
unclear.
it said 5 feet closer than the setback allowance, so I would think a side setback isn't an issue. Because right now they're 53.8 from the front is their closest of the existing house, so they must be moving forward. Let's see if there's anything in, it
Oh, the addition's coming forward.
must be.
That's what makes it a
Let me see if
front
there's anything. I mean, what is the setback in the residential zone?
I looked too quickly there.
Is it 35 feet or something?
What's that, front yard?
Yeah,
I mean, in RA, it's 75 feet, but,
is it?
well, that's what's interesting is this property has no road frontage, so,
They're showing a picture, so let's see. Existing basement, so this must be how you hold this thing. Either like this or like this. We have no way to orient. We don't know, based on this plan, whether it's sticking out more in the front or it's sticking out more in the back, but seeing that there's, I would think it's on this side, but I don't know. There's also an oil tank, we don't know where the well and septic are, so we don't know if the addition interferes with them. That's the basement, it's existing, concrete footer.
well, regardless where they're putting the addition, I mean, from an environmental perspective, what comments do you think we would have?
The only thing that I
Existing
could
location
say,
of well and septic and adequacy of, you know, the septic to,
the well, septic, and the oil tank are the concerns. There is a shown oil tank, but we don't know if the addition breaches that distance. How, where's my scale? This is 30, this thing is coming out. Yeah, like, I don't know how many feet this is there a scale on? 4 equals 1 foot. Clean plane. Let's see what we got here.
I see that's a weird spot for an oil tank, what do you think?
Yeah, isn't it?
It's like pretty far from the house.
Is that the whole thing, that little rectangle?
Well, no, what's that thing to the left of the oil tank?
The metal shed?
I can't see it.
Is the metal shed closer to the house than the oil tank?
Yeah, it's strange, maybe the.
Okay, the oil tank is less than 40 feet from the existing house. And the addition is coming out pretty far, so I'm not sure how close it'll be to that tank if it's coming on that side.
Well, we don't know where the addition's going, right? So,
No, it's ridiculous. How can anyone review a plan that doesn't tell you you know, where this is actually gonna be.
So should I just write in the comments,
Not enough information?
I guess I could, actually.
I mean, I can only guess that it's, you know, is it gonna take over the dog fenced area, or is it gonna take over the pond and, the walkway where the, you know, and where the deck is, you know, this plan, it leaves a lot to be desired.
So I could write something like, not enough information,
To
but,
determine where the addition is actually going.
yeah, and then I could say something like, however, there is concern about where the,
Well, septic,
well, yeah, and the oil.
and the location of the oil tank in proximity to the addition.
The oil tank is heating oil? Why
It
would it
must be some kind of heating tank.
be, it's odd to be so far?
So far from the
Yeah,
house,
but
yeah.
maybe it's for the shed, who knows? I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah, it
maybe-
makes sense that they would stick it on. This is the deck, okay. And that's the back of the house.
You have 2 pit bulls.
Those with the cute little dogs?
Looks like.
Yeah,
Oh, Clark.
I don't know if they're sticking it on where the dogs hang out, or,
Oh,
I mean, things appear a lot closer. I mean, if this is the shed, it looks a lot closer than it appears, you know, it seems to be closer. I guess that's not as far as it looks on paper. Yeah, my guess is as good as anyone else's where they're sticking this.
I wonder what that building in the back is. That's weird too.
The frame story building back here. Yeah.
I don't mean to I don't want to jam this guy up, but he's got this shipping container that just showed up as well. Over on the left side. It's clearly not permitted.
Where's that?
All the way on the
Oh,
left of the
metal
site.
container.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if it was real important, I'm sure, you know, you could contact Butch and ask him for, you know, it's his preserve, so, I don't know who the actual, are they buying it or something?
I don't know. This survey is somebody named Barbara and Donald Welch, but the applicant's last name is Kelly, so
Yeah.
I don't think these are related to the Butch guy.
No, but he might be able to answer some questions, or you could contact the Cowleys, but, I don't know, or you could go to the hearing and find out what the hell is really happening here,
Yeah.
because it's really unclear. You know, I would hope that the engineer has a better idea where it's going.
Like I said, his review letter references a drawing that shows it, which we don't have, obviously.
Yeah, we're definitely, you're not getting complete, information, so reviewing is almost impossible.
Right.
So I think that's something that has to be addressed by the Environmental Commission and the
I think that should be.
office that's provided. the
That should be in the comments here.
All right. That's why I always go to the planning board.
Do you go to the planning board meeting?
I go to all, and, you'd be surprised, the questions that come up.
Yeah, ironically, they just, at the last planning board meeting, approved the subdivision for a flag lot on this lot directly adjacent to this property.
Yeah, I think I remember, we
Yeah.
went over that one last
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of crazy since they've been denying other people flag lots lately.
Yeah,
And it actually reminds me of my property.
yeah, it's kind of inconsistent.
Could I do a flag lot on my property and
Yeah.
just, you know, put another property behind my house? Because I have over 3 acres.
Was the flag lot on that adjacent property because of wetlands in the front or something?
Nah, they just had an existing lot and they wanted to put another lot behind
But
their
our
existing.
comment was about the wetlands because there's wetlands next door within 150 feet of their subdivision where they're gonna have to disturb to get to their house that they're gonna build. So they should have been sent to the wetlands. I doubt the town did though.
There's a lot of wetlands behind them.
There's a lot, the whole Butch property have wetlands all around everything.
around
Like,
it, yeah, it's
even
kind
this
of-
property, even though it doesn't have wetlands that is impacting it, there's wetlands on the properties around it, but they're kind of far away. So that wouldn't be impacted, wouldn't need to get an LOI, but that other subdivision they approved does need an LOI. Whether they made that a condition of the approval, who the hell knows? You know.
Yeah.
Well, there's another example of your buffer thing. They didn't require any buffers on that lot, even though the adjacent lot was qualified farmland.
Yeah, the whole Butch, thing is all,
Yeah, so,
yeah.
where the hell were you? We could have used you at the meeting, you could have pointed that out.
I
And they
can't
would have
really go
listened
to all
to
the
you.
meetings, but
Hmm.
I got too much to do.
Okay.
Well, moving on to old business is Malibu Lake Park. We talked about they put the post in last time. I went to, Malibu Lake Park recently, with my dad and cleaned out, the boxes that, have the maps in them. And then we got maps printed out, and thank you so much, Candace, for folding them up too, because I thought I was gonna have to do that in my car before it was so nice to have them just be able to put them right in the box. But, so we got those put in there, because we had like Suzanne, what was that, like a hiking group coming through?
It was, yeah, one of the Gloucester County Nature Club
Okay.
groups.
So they were coming through, I believe it was on the 19th of November, so they should have maps there. One of the things I wanted to say though was that the box that you're supposed to drop the maps off when you're done, if you don't want them anymore, is that the box now faces pretty much nothing, where it's probably where the old trail used to be. The trail now pretty much just goes straight forward, and the box is over here to the right. And so now to get to the drop-off box, you have to like kind of cut through like an overgrown section of the trail. So that's just something that I wanted to raise, and maybe we can figure out what to do. We can contact
Public Works.
Public Works, yeah. And just
Ask
kind
them
of
to
see.
move that one post
Yeah,
and turn the box around.
yeah. Because I think there's another, if I remember correctly, there's another post to the left where the trail is. They could just put the box from there to there, and then just get rid of the other post probably if they wanted to.
That's a sign that says something.
Oh, you're right, yeah.
I forget what the
Yeah.
sign says, though.
I forget too. No motor vehicles maybe or something like that, yeah. So, but maybe we can just have them move it or something like that. We'll,
We put it to the right as you were coming out, I think originally because four-wheelers were going over the center. Maybe they
Yeah.
didn't have that mound at the time. So they try to block it off because if we were to put the box on the other side, they'd be hitting it or knocking it, you know. But it's, so nothing but briars, and I'm sure a lot of poison ivy during the summer months and all.
Did they get the new playground equipment out there yet? or-
I don't think so. I don't really know. I don't really pay attention to that area too
That-
much.
that section.
But I do know they have a big construction area that's going. So that was the last time I saw it, like maybe 2 weeks ago.
Right, right.
So,
You know what I
That was
mean?
probably for the playground.
The
yeah.
playground, yeah, I should know what
It
this
looks
is.
like it's in the plans. It looks like it's
Yeah.
coming.
Going on.
Yeah, it looks like there was like a whole area of like grass that was cleared out, and now it just looks like dirt with like a construction fence around it that they're probably gonna put all there. So,
Were they moving it?
well, I don't know exactly. I don't know if they're gonna put the new playground there, and then what they're gonna do with the old one. I'm not sure if they're gonna.
Because the old equipment is still there.
Yes. Yeah. So I don't know what they're gonna do, if they're gonna do something else with that, or if they're gonna turn that into just more grass. I'm not really sure. I was kind of surprised that they were, building a whole new area. But that's what I saw. It was like 2 weeks ago. That I saw
Yeah,
it,
it's
so,
hard to be sure.
yeah. As far as new business goes, I have a couple other random questions that I wrote down that I didn't think of until it was Margaret and I talking about a couple other things. Let's see. Well, okay, one of the things was the meeting date. So are we going to go with the 23rd then? Is that,
Apparently, I'm the only one.
okay.
Yeah.
You can show it.
Well, I wasn't, so that would be,
What, you
That would just
you have a
be
party to
great.
go to or something?
Yeah.
Are we not invited to the party? Is that the situation or what?
Why?
Yeah,
Oh, you're welcome.
so, yeah.
You can take my place.
Well, yeah, so we should all go to the party then. We'll have the
I'm
meeting there.
really not sure which one I'd rather do.
What, the party or the meeting?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So.
You like a lot of kids screaming, come on over.
Go, yeah.
You could shove this to the 30th if you wanted.
Turn my hearing aids off.
You think so?
I don't see why not. You just have to make sure that the notice goes out. That
Yeah.
a new notice goes out about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jason, with that, if we put it off to the 30th?
Yeah, no, like I said, don't, move it around based on me.
Okay.
You know,
But
I don't think,
you're gonna be the quorum, you know? I mean,
Well, right.
We don't have anybody left,
I mean, the 23rd is fine with me. I mean,
okay?
Well, and if you wanted, the 23rd is not an ideal date. If I were going to be attending, I would say move it to the 30th, but
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
it's up to you guys.
well, I'll put it on the 30th then. If you're available the 30th then,
Yes.
so then it doesn't matter if I'm available or not, then keep it the 30th. Yeah.
Doesn't matter to me.
Okay. Candace, are you gonna be available on the 30th?
I have no life. I'm
Okay.
available the 23rd,
Thursday,
24th,
4th.
30th, you name it, I'm good.
Because we were thinking about moving it from the 23rd to the 30th for next month.
Okay.
So, we'll figure it out. I guess we have to put a notice in the newspaper or something like that?
Yeah.
He'll have to note it on the website, but
Okay.
I can email him and CC you on it tomorrow.
Okay, that sounds great.
And you said it would be the 30th?
Yeah. Let's see, what else? So we talked about Piney Hollow with Mark a little bit. The Anjac we talked about. Also, I have, at the Community Day, we sold some books. We sold maybe like 5 or 6 books, and I have $30 from Community Day still in my wallet that I've been carrying around everywhere. So I wanted to know what we should do with that. I don't know if we can keep that for, just like, we do a cleanup and we just want to get snacks for everybody. Can we keep it for that?
I would.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't really want to keep it in my wallet. Is there a certain place that we should just keep it?
We'll put it in an envelope that says EC, and then when you need to get snacks
Okay,
for a cleanup,
Yeah.
then you can pull the money out of there.
okay.
How do we know how much is in there?
It's $30.
30.
Yeah, I mean, that's all we have in the fund?
Yeah.
Well, that's right. Yeah, we sold
We
the,
don't
this is
have much
extra.
money,
This is extra, it's not part of any budget.
yeah.
I just feel like when we were doing it, I just kept it in a separate compartment of my wallet, and then every time I open my wallet, I'm like, oh, there's that money again. And I've been meaning to bring it up like the last few times, I just keep forgetting about it, so, finally. So, yeah, I'll just keep it in my house, is that fine? I'll just put it, okay.
Yeah, it's safe.
Okay, very
I
good.
mean, it was useful to get rid of some of those books. We had a stack of them. They were the Gloucester County Nature Club's Guide to Sites Around Gloucester County, and they've come out with a second edition. But we still have a pile of the first edition. So
Yeah,
I discounted them from $10 down to $5
okay.
or whatever. I don't know what we paid for them. It's been too long. And people were willing to pick them up at that price.
Yeah,
So we got a few sold.
yeah. All right. Very good, well, that solves that issue. What else, Mom? Anything else you want to bring up?
Well, Suzanne, how are we going to connect with you?
Well, that, I was wondering why don't we continue doing Zoom?
We could.
I
Yeah.
mean, you guys have to come now,
Yeah.
but you could have the meeting on your laptop on Zoom.
The only problem is, I just feel like you probably, with our setup being so like big, I feel like in the conference room,
It was easy to turn
Yeah.
the thing around.
so you might not be able to hear everybody at all times. I kind of have a feeling, but we could always just kind of, I guess I could try to just like update you when it's whatever.
Oh.
We can figure it out.
People can repeat themselves.
Yeah.
You know, loud voice.
Is this the last meeting you're attending?
Yes, in person.
Okay.
Because I'm leaving December 3rd for Pittsburgh. And I will be back in April, but will no longer be a resident. So I really can't be on the commission anymore, but I can be a guest.
So you're leaving?
I'm leaving.
Yeah.
I still have a house in Cape May,
Right.
and I'll have a house in Pittsburgh, and I'll go back and forth in the course of the year, but I won't be living in Franklin Township anymore.
Well, sorry to hear that,
Yeah.
but congratulations.
Well,
In
thanks.
both cases, yeah.
I just can't own 3 houses.
Right.
It's just too much.
Yeah.
I actually like this location best, but
Well, I was gonna say, if I had to choose, I would choose either Cape May or Pittsburgh as well, so.
Yeah,
I don't hold that against you.
Yeah, they're towns though, so, you know,
Right.
I've got neighbors right next
Right.
to me. Whereas here I have a permanently preserved farm field next to me, which
Right.
is preferable, but it's the way it is. I really, literally own enough houses to have a different bedroom every month.
Next on the agenda.
Because that's it.
Yeah,
I think that
I
we did
think,
everything.
so we just have to, okay, so next month, the members that will be here will be you, me, Bill, and Jason.
And
And,
that's it.
yeah,
That's it.
Yeah.
Unless Jeff Link could ever make it
Yeah.
in person.
yeah, I just send them a separate email and be like, hey, we would really use you if you want to come in on, you know.
I don't know, he was able to attend by Zoom occasionally, but he seems to work a lot.
Yes, yeah. He did tell me that he was gonna be away this month as well, so I knew that ahead of time. But, all right, so anyways, we need to figure out who else will be joining us. Is that something that, can we get a replacement for December? And like, 'cause it's kind of, let's just say there's,
Not worth it, just
no?
me.
Okay, so just January then?
Yeah,
Okay.
but, I mean, you have to write a letter.
Okay,
You have to write a letter saying that you'd like to continue on,
okay,
and as chair, if that's, assuming everybody else agrees to that. And we can try to find a couple of other people, like we mentioned Patty, ask her, draft a letter for her.
yeah, okay,
If she says yes.
yeah,
And let's think about a few other people that might,
Bill, we have to get,
well, Bill could become a commissioner, but,
Yeah.
and then we need a letter from you in any case, preferably asking to be on the commission. And let them we can maybe find a couple people who'd be willing to be alternates.
okay,
I say we, as if I'm going to be doing that.
yeah. Yeah, who do I write the letter to?
Township committee, I would think.
Yeah.
Just in general, like the township?
Committee.
Yeah, and send it to the clerk, yeah.
Okay. All right, well, I'll do that, and I'll see what Patty says, and I guess I can always ask like Mindy again or whatever.
Yeah, maybe Wendy would be willing to be an alternate.
Yeah, maybe. I'll see. All right, yeah.
That's good.
And assuming you're willing to be a commissioner,
Yeah,
Bill.
well,
Since you're coming anyway, so, yeah.
I'll type up a letter, we'll put it in.
Yeah, and make the request, because they do tend to respond favorably to people who make the request in a letter,
Right,
and that is the procedure that they prefer.
right,
I'm not sure that everybody was,
right. I'll turn it into Barbara.
and of course, somebody needs to be a liaison on the planning board. You're not going to go on the planning board, are you, Jason, again?
I don't know, I mean,
Do you want to?
yeah, I wouldn't have a problem, going on the planning board. I haven't really discussed it with anybody, but,
Well, maybe you should, because you'd be a better liaison on the planning board than Frank Cahoot, who
right,
apparently doesn't attend the planning board meetings, let alone our meetings.
right, right.
Carry on. He's the other guy who's on.
But Giovanni?
No, yeah, not carry on. He was never
No, you're talking about Cavan.
Cavan.
Cavan, yeah,
He was the other alternate
alternate, yeah, but yeah, Frank Cahoot's the class, whatever, 3 or whatever it
on
is.
the planning.
Yeah.
Cavon doesn't show up either,
Yeah.
so.
Cavan doesn't show up as an alternate.
Yeah.
We have never met him.
no. These people are, I mean, are they real? I don't know.
Francis.
So, you know, I would say that that has to get done in December,
Okay.
those letters, because they make the decisions, you know,
Yeah.
New Year's Day or whatever time they meet. And then you have to put together a report for the year.
Okay.
Just use last year's and change it.
I was looking at it today, I was looking at John's report from last year, and, yeah, I kind of figured it's, you know, won't be that bad. I just have to get all the stuff gathered and just kind of see.
And we always forget to take pictures at Community Day and stuff. But I
Yeah.
think we had a few this year. I don't know.
I don't know if Mindy took any or not. Maybe
Somebody
I'll ask
was
her.
taking pictures, but I
But-
guess you can use pictures from last year too.
I could,
Nobody's
yeah.
gonna really remember, but.
yeah.
You said you took pictures of Malibu Lake
I took
Park.
pictures of Malcolm Lake Park, the
Well,
new
that's good.
signs.
That's good.
I saw that John had a picture of what is it called, the Pink Lady Slipper, last year. I took a picture of one this year, because I was walking through the park in May, and I saw one, so I can put that in again. But yeah, all right, I'll just,
That's good enough.
yeah,
Yeah, you just need a picture from Community Day.
okay. I'll contact
And there
you.
have to be some,
Yeah. Or maybe even Brenda might, I don't think she did, but
Okay.
just in case, I'll
I know,
ask her. So,
I never remember. I
Yeah.
don't know why I have a hard time. I don't like looking through a camera. I'd rather experience life than take a picture of it.
I think that we're also like, when we're in Community Day, we're also like very busy.
Well, we
and
were
then-
very busy this year.
Yeah, and then when we're not very busy, I just want to sit down and relax, because I just feel like we're always just like answering questions, and it's like, all right, we have like 5 minutes and we can just like sit down.
Well, we were in a perfect location this year.
Yeah.
Right across from Buzzsaw,
Uh-huh.
because they had a very big booth with a lot of giveaways, and it was
Crowded the whole day.
crowded all day. And then at the end of the day, they had the drawings from the lottery things that they had, and a huge crowd of people came back for that at, what, 4 o'clock?
I think so, yeah,
Well, and we were right across from them, so we got a lot of attention because of that.
yeah.
So we were very busy this year, the busiest I think we've ever been. So we should ask to be across from Buzzsaw.
It's all about location.
Yeah, it is, like real estate.
Yeah.
What else you got?
That's pretty much it, I think, yeah. Our next thing would just be the mail, we didn't have any.
And maybe you can ask these people that are buying my house, they seem to be very nature oriented.
Okay, yeah, why not? Yeah, if you want, want
I've
to
met-
talk to them,
I've met
just
the guy.
see. Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
Put it in the agreement, you know what I mean?
yeah, right.
Yeah, have to serve at least one term.
If you buy this house, you have to serve on the
Where
environment.
about- Where's your house, Suzanne? I don't know. where it
Fries
is.
Mill Road.
All right.
It's right past the field, right above Coles Mill. Big field on the left, that's a preserved field,
Okay.
and then my house is next to it. Set way back, you can't see it from the road.
Okay.
It's before where Blackwood Avenue comes.
So you're on the left
Yeah.
side?
I'm on the left side, yeah.
Oh,
In
okay.
what is the V of Fry's Mill and Blackwood Avenue.
Oh, okay.
But it was the house that was there.
They built a barn a couple years back.
That's
Yeah.
the gal on the
Yeah,
other
that's
side of
That's
the,
before you?
that's before the big field, yeah.
Okay,
She owns the property right before the field,
I got you.
and I'm on the other side.
Other
yeah.
side, okay. So you're more on the Blackwood side,
Yeah.
No, but yeah.
where your driveway's off of,
No, it's off of Fry's Mill.
no.
Or more correctly, Freeze Mill, but I gave up saying that years
And
ago.
you have a house behind you that fronts Blackwood Avenue, right?
Yeah, that wasn't there, that got built after we moved there. And so did the other 2 houses that are in that V. That was all owned by the guy who owned my house, and he subdivided it off.
I didn't even know, but your house is back, you can't see your house from the road.
You can't
Back.
see it now because
Right.
my husband planted so many trees.
And you have it sold already?
What?
You already have it sold, the house?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a nice house.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
old, it's an old farmhouse,
Yeah, that's a nice area right there.
and it has giant living room. Doesn't it? Well, I don't know.
Yeah. All these houses along there, like, you know, I don't know who owns those first couple on the left. They have the real nice landscaping.
Yep.
Somebody from town.
Yeah, you mean down towards Coles Mill Road?
Yeah, right after you cross over Coles Mill. On the left, there's a couple homes.
There's a couple, yeah, there's like 5 homes there. 1, 2, 3.
And on the right side, there are some that, you know, that are pretty unique. I think that were built by that, General Construction years ago. Yeah, they kind of sit back there. They're pretty.
There's one that's got a nice curved driveway, and then there's the house that was the lawyer who owned the farm field.
Okay.
And next to his house, which has subsequently been sold because he died a few years back, but is a long driveway that goes back to his son's house, and then after that is another new house, and then his daughter. And she got the farm field preserved.
Okay.
And I don't know how she did it because it was in the sewer service area.
And that farm field goes all the way down it fronts on Blackwood and it's that
Exactly.
whole field. Yeah.
Right.
Should we adjourn real fast?
I'm sorry. Yeah,
Okay.
make a motion to adjourn.
Okay.
I'll
Anybody want-
second.
Okay.
All
approved?
in favor?
All right, very good.
8:50.
Yep, and we started at 8:06. Yep.
Pretty good. pretty,
Well, I hope everybody has a good Thanksgiving.
yes,
Yeah.
same to you.
And I guess Christmas too. We're not gonna meet till after